Okay, so hi everyone. We have our lovely Lottie doing an empty chair clearing as an example for you. So we're just going to jump right in. And so tell us what you're working on.
Hi everyone, nice to be here with you guys. I'm working on a situation that happened last week, um, which was a conversation where a friend was talking about his sister coming to visit and family all being together. And it was happening 2 days after my own trip home got cancelled because of new COVID rules. And a lot of feelings came up for me, overwhelming feelings. I think jealousy mostly. Um,
So
and
let's just like tap into the script of this. What you're doing is fine, but I want them to see exactly how things should happen. So when this conversation happened with your friend about the family gathering, you felt, what were the emotions?
I felt jealous.
Okay.
I felt a kind of anger come up and frustration. And I also felt um, my suppression around that because I felt my own non-acceptance of those feelings in myself.
Okay, so you attempted to push them down.
Yeah, because I wanted to be happy for him.
Right. So was there any sadness there?
Yeah, sadness around not seeing my own family.
Okay, and was there any guilt or shame? I mean, you pushed the feelings down, so was there some guilt around your feelings or shame?
Yeah, sure. I felt ashamed about feeling
Right.
jealous. It's not enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any fear?
Yeah, there was definite fear of kind of um, not being safe, like my foundations.
Meaning, what do you mean your foundation?
So it touched on my one of my core beliefs of not being, I think, safe because it was this. I'm outside of my country. I'm outside of this family unit. I'm not with my family, so I felt very unsettled. It
Okay,
brought
so
up
you
feelings.
felt unsettled, unsafe. So
Mm-hmm.
the thoughts you were having during that experience was, can you just state that? I mean, I think you just did, but can you just state that again? Your thoughts, the thoughts you were having?
Um, the thoughts I was having as he was sharing how excited he was about his experience, I think they were. I wasn't allowing myself to listen to them because I was trying to concentrate on him, but they were kind of like victim voice thoughts of like, this isn't fair. What
Okay,
about me?
there's okay. So close your eyes. I want you to breathe. So we're just going to like continue on now with your eyes closed, feeling your breath. So this isn't fair. These are the thoughts you're having. What about me? Stay with your breath. See if there are any other thoughts that you were having there.
Yeah, it was I'm alone.
I'm alone. Okay. Anything else?
Um, why is it like I'm doing everything I can? Why is it not working?
Why is what not working?
Um, like life. Why was
Okay. Life is not
yeah.
working. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is just to hold on, just let go of the images and hold on to the feelings and let yourself go to an earlier time when you had this feeling of jealousy, anger, frustration. Maybe you were having a conversation with someone. Maybe it was a completely different situation, but the feelings were anger, sadness, shame, a fear of not being safe, and how you might have even been trying to push those feelings down. And your thoughts, it just wasn't fair, or it didn't feel fair, and you thought to yourself, what about me? Why isn't it working? Just see if an earlier experience comes to you.
Yeah, I have I have a few.
Well, it could be a coax, so there might be several, so you can just pick one and sort of explain it to us. Where are you?
Yeah.
What's happening?
So this one is around the same feelings of shame for feeling these feelings,
Okay.
and the same feelings of like wanting to be happy for the person because they're someone very like dear and important to me, and then battling with the uncomfortable feelings of mine that are coming up.
Okay. So
With
where
the
where are you and what's happening? Somebody
So
sharing with
it's
you something?
3 years ago, and it's my girlfriend's wedding, and I've just arrived, and she's just told me she's pregnant.
Hmm. Okay. And so you wanted to be happy, but you felt what?
Sadness.
Sadness. Okay. Was there any anger or frustration? Just see what's there.
There was, yeah, there was shame around feeling sadness and like self-criticism,
Okay.
and there was um, jealousy.
Okay. And jealousy. Okay. And what were you thinking during that experience? What were your thoughts that you were having around that?
Um, Very victimy thoughts, like it's almost kind of like embarrassing to say out loud.
I know, but just take a breath. Just part of the healing is just to put it out
Like why, like why, or why does it work out so easy for this person?
there. And why? And what about you? How do you relate
Yeah,
that to yourself? Right?
yeah, and that voice of like the little girl in me is going, what about me?
Okay, what about me?
Yeah.
Okay, so how
And
did you go ahead?
there's the same feeling of like I'm alone,
Okay.
because it's also what about me, like you're my really good friend, so now how is our relationship going to change, kind of
Okay.
that as well.
Okay. So there's a little fear of loss there as well. Okay. Okay. So and then how did you react when that happened?
I smiled and I said congratulations, and I suppressed my feelings.
Okay. So your reaction was just um to suppress your feelings and put on a smiley face.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then my second reaction was I just couldn't be in touch with that person for a while.
So then after that initial reaction, then you withdrew.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. Okay, so take a breath and let that image begin to fade and keep breathing. We don't want you pushing your feelings back, right? Because you know how to do that. It's okay if they come up, right? Gotcha, right? So let's go to an even earlier time when you had this uh, feeling. The circumstances can be completely different, but the feelings are the same or similar, where you had this experience where maybe you were aware of something or somebody was sharing something with you, and maybe it was good news, and you had this reaction and feeling of jealousy, and then followed by shame for feeling that, and possibly some anger, frustration about the whole thing, and the thoughts like, what about me, and why doesn't it work for me, and then of course you might have pushed down those feelings and put on a smiley face or made a joke or laughed like you did just now. Just see what counts.
um,
Even younger.
yeah, so I'm like 12, 13.
Okay.
And this is so textbook. It's like, oh, cringy. But my dad is with his girlfriend and her three kids. So she's got three girls. That middle one's my age, the oldest one's a couple of years older, and the youngest one's a
Hmm.
couple of years younger. And I don't remember the details. He's recounting some story about what an amazing time they've all had together.
Okay.
And I am saying how lovely it is and smiling and feeling left out,
Okay.
feeling on the outside, feeling all those same feelings.
Okay. So you felt sad.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that, a really deep kind of ache in my stomach that
Okay.
you get mm, of like not being a part of, not belonging.
Okay. And there was that same sense of jealousy, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't acknowledge it. But yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was this 12-year-old thinking as she was um, feeling these feelings of being left out and feeling a little jealous and sadness, fear?
She was
Was she feeling fear as well?
she was feeling, yeah, she was feeling afraid of being alone, and like, yeah, the fear of being alone and like that survival fear. And she
Okay.
was feeling, I'm not enough and I don't belong.
So her thoughts were, I'm not enough and I don't belong.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then how did she react, this 12-year-old?
uh, with the face, the smiles, that everything's fine, but silent, like there was a withdrawal as well,
Okay.
and just um
So
like
there's
a wall went up.
Okay, so the defense is there's a withdrawal, but you cover it with this smiling face and like everything is okay. Okay, so keep breathing.
Yeah.
So I want you now to go to the very earliest time, and that you can remember the circumstances could be very different. But what's similar is there was a sense of being alone, not being enough, maybe having some fear, um, feeling that ache in your stomach, and and not feeling like you're enough, and there'd be sadness, maybe some shame because maybe you wanted or needed something.
Yeah.
Very earliest time, you can remember that feeling of somehow I don't fit in, I'm not enough, and just see what comes.
When really young, like maybe 2 or something. So it's a feeling. It's not like a verbal memory, really.
It's not really a story that goes with it, but um, are you aware of being alone, or are you with people when you're having this feeling?
I'm inside my family unit, but I'm aware of being on the outside.
Okay, so you're inside the unit, but you feel outside. And what are the emotions that are there? Is it fear and sadness? And just tell me what emotion: fear, anger, sadness, guilt, shame.
I think I'm terrified
Okay.
and I feel like invisible. So that's why I'm terrified because I'm not seen, I'm not heard. And so then that's like a screaming rage because it's like the only thing I have to like mark my presence.
So then you went into this rage.
Like a screaming child,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Um, so the are you aware of any other feelings? Because this is really important.
I'm aware of the feelings in my body, like this kind of very rigid, tense.
So you
Um,
can feel this tension in your body. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And
And this like helplessness, like this desperation,
okay,
like
desperate helplessness. Okay. Are you aware of any thoughts? There are not so many thoughts there. It's just this combination well, there is this sense of feeling outside and feeling terrified of being alone, and so you went into this screaming fit. That was your reaction. You went into this, um, right.
like this kind of panic, like yeah.
So then what happened at that point? Anything? This little girl has decided she's alone and she's terrified, and all she can do is scream. Did they respond?
No one responded for a really long time, and then I remember my mum like laughing. Well,
And,
remember
and
that's what comes like this kind of like kind of like oh, I don't know how to describe it.
so the little girl, her defense system was to yell out in pain so somebody would notice. And but the reaction of her mother really didn't give her what she needed, right?
No, it was like being ignored, and then when it was noticed, it was like not taken seriously. Yeah, just like oh,
And what did you decide about yourself during that time? What was the belief that was being put in place in that experience?
I don't exist,
Say again?
or I don't exist. I'm not
I don't
important.
exist. Is there anything else that goes along with that? I'm not important. I'm not seen. I'm not heard.
I don't belong. I'm
I
not a
don't belong.
part of.
I'm not what?
I'm not a part of.
Okay. Okay. And did you make any decisions about how, when those things happen, how your defense initially was to have a tantrum? Did you make a decision around that?
Yeah,
What did you
because
do?
it was laughed at, so it was like it didn't work, right?
Right.
So so I just shut up.
So what you did is you just shut it down,
Yeah.
which you can see is something that you've been doing ever since, right?
And smile because, you know, people accept smiles.
Well, how I get love and how I am noticed is I have to be sweet, kind, and lovely. And then people say, oh, isn't that nice? So then you feel more belonging,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. That I can't be, yeah, human.
So let's just take a minute. Can you see that little girl?
Yeah.
Can you just reach out and put her on your, bring her to your lap?
Mm-hmm.
And what does this little girl need to hear from you?
She needs to hear that it's okay to cry,
Yeah.
that it's okay to feel angry, that I love you in all of your feelings and all of your expressions.
Okay. Can she hear you?
Yeah.
Good. Wonderful. So just really let her know that you're there. You are there for her. And that it's safe to tell your truth, express yourself. Can you let her know that?
Yeah.
Good.
She's having a hard time trusting that.
She's having a hard time trusting that. Well, it starts by, first of all, you making it okay for her. And just understanding that. And of course, this will probably be a great topic for a session as well. Right? And you have Sunday, if not before. Okay. So, to see if there's anything else that little girl needs to know. Does she need to know that she can let you know when she needs to have attention? Something like that. Just see if there's something. It doesn't have to be, but if there is something, it's okay.
She needs to know that it's like it's okay to be herself just as she is, and she doesn't need to try to be anything else like perfect or pleasing, or and she needs to know that
Okay.
um, that that like I won't leave if she's that I won't leave.
Period.
Yeah.
Regardless, for any reason. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and I want you to see this friend who was caused this reaction. And imagine you're looking at him, and what you can say to him is, "What I want or need from you is." Maybe there's nothing, I don't know, but this is how the process works. So there are people you might need to ask for something, but in this particular case, is what I want or need from you is.
The one I need from you is um, space to to listen and to hear. And I feel my voice has just gone really quiet. And wow, it's hard because as I'm saying it, I'm feeling like it's what I need to give myself rather than what I
Well,
need from him.
yeah, well, that's the next thing. So,
So yeah, what I need to hear from you is mm, I don't know, like in this situation, awareness that that I don't I find it really difficult to ask for what I need.
well, here's the thing. It's like from this person, maybe you don't really want or need anything from him. It's what you really are aware of is what you want and need from yourself. So this does happen sometimes. If one has an interaction that's complicated, then you might want to say, then what I want you or need from you is for you to listen to me or whatever. But in this case, is there was really nothing that was external about the interaction. It was your reaction. And so you're taking advantage of that. So maybe you don't want anything from him except for have a good time.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe what I need from myself
Yeah,
is to allow myself the space to feel my feelings and honor them.
good. That's great. So that's perfect. So it's like and 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 now we want to create an affirmation around this whole situation and the pattern that's repeated itself again and again about not belonging and not having a space and covering up your feelings. And what would you take as a positive reframing statement to these beliefs that I don't exist, I don't belong, I'm not seen or heard, etc.?
I hmm, I am lovable as I am, and I belong.
Can we add to that I belong wherever I am kind of thing so that, it's just like that you have a sense of belonging, like there's a place for you in the world? And because the word belong is longing to be. It's so belonging is longing to be. So it's like wherever you are, you belong. Can you make a sentence like that? What fits for you?
Um, Maybe just like I am.
Oh, very nice. You are here, aren't you? Okay, that's wonderful. So now I want to say for the whole, thank you, Lottie. This is really great. And what I want to say to the group is that you can see how we just adjusted to whatever the situation was. And I would have, when you were with the little girl who was 2 years old, when we talk about how you take it into a session, I would have said breathe into that and let yourself just go into all of those experiences and everything else and process that more fully. And I would suggest that you have a session around releasing those beliefs specifically because the empty chair clearing can lead us to an intention. the empty chair clearing can be woven into a session. Um, and the affirmation, of course, is perfect for this. As well as if you had done a session, you probably would have come up with the same thing. But there are probably more feelings that need to be processed through. And so I'd really encourage you to have a session around healing the beliefs I don't exist, I don't belong, and really going into that 2-year-old and the 12-year-old who those were really big experiences, and that really, really early experience of not belonging and probably needing somebody to scoop you up and hold you and make you feel important. So I kept thinking that I would love to scoop you, but I can't do that on Zoom from the other side of the planet. So, but that's what I would suggest to the group. So thank you so much, Lottie, and we really appreciate you doing this. I'm going to share this with the group.